Oh, what is good, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome back to WWE 2k25. I know it's been a minute. Last time we played, we did the Head Shrinkers, and we did Yokozuna beating Hulk Hogan. Did the Head Shrinkers beating the Steiners. Now we're going to do Rocky Maivia versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley, back before they became what we knew and loved them as. So let's continue the story of the Bloodline.
Hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the face of the planet today. Now, whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series.
That's true.
Born into this business, The Rock would become WWE's first ever third-generation superstar, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather.
The great High Chief Peter Maivia,
who had competed in WWE rings before him.
Dwayne had a huge responsibility. There's a legacy, and you have to take it so seriously.
Even with incredibly high expectations, the Great One surpassed them all.
once he became a heel.
Along with the usual achievements, if your name is The Rock: 2 Intercontinental Championships, 5 Tag Team Championships, 8 WWE Heavyweight Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, not even to forget the fact that The Rock once led an entire nation.
Well, Farouk led the nation domination.
The Rock has one of the more noteworthy feats in WWE history, earning WrestleMania victories over Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena.
And Juan Cena.
Each of these men are known as the faces of their respective era. Each of these men found out what happens when you go one-on-one. Oh, you know the rest.
With the Great One.
Of course, The Rock rivaled Stone Cold Steve Austin's popularity during the vaunted Attitude Era, tearing opponents down with rock bottoms and people's elbows.
Oh, the sliding people elbow on Davey Boy Smith. So dope.
With cutting one-liners and catchphrases that are still recited to this day.
If you smell, know your role and shut your mouth.
He ended CM Punk's 434-day title reign
That's
as
bullshit.
WWE champion at the 2013 Royal Rumble as well, after having only competed twice over the previous 9 years, displaying the always ready mentality and physical conditioning on which he has built his global brand. But you don't need me to rattle off The Rock's resume to you, now do you?
I love Paul Heyman.
Of course not. The man is an occasion unto himself. He has headlined the biggest events against WWE's most iconic superstars and has always found a way to, how does he put it? Layeth the smackdown on some jabroni's candy ass. I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I may have just done that.
He did.
But indeed, he has.
As I lay it to
On a
smack it
Thursday
down.
night in February of 1997, The Rock, still known as Rocky Maivia,
Fresh-faced Rocky
would find himself
Maivia.
challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Only a few months into his tenure, he would be matched up against a face that would ultimately become one of his most familiar and hated rivals, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Seemingly overmatched by a more seasoned opponent, a youthful Rock would demonstrate all the traits that have come to define him in the years since. Tenacity, high IQ, and that legendary Samoan strength to ultimately surprise Helmsley and kick off the first championship reign for Rocky Maivia. it would be the first step.
Then you started hearing the Die Rocky Die chants.
The Rock into the pantheon of WWE's elite. So now it's all in your hands. It's up to you to showcase the undying drive that makes The Rock the hardest worker in the room to deliver a shocking upset against the Greenwich snob himself. Guide The Rock to victory over Triple H at a very special Thursday, Raw Thursday, to give the first jolts to what would become the most electrifying career in sports entertainment.
So we got Rocky Maivia versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I know you can't hear the music, but the classic entrance music.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Making his way to the ring is the challenger from the South Pacific, weighing in at 275 pounds, Rocky Maivia.
Going to skip these scenes. Well, let's see Hunter come out real quick. I know you guys can't hear the music because they mute the shit, but...
On his way to defend the Intercontinental Championship, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Before the Triple H we all know and love.
The face of the champion, challenger in the corner, looking more determined than I've ever seen.
Mike Rome. You should be there, sir. This is the Finks. Thursday, Raw Thursday. For Triple H was super jacked.
The Intercontinental Championship is on the line here between two superstars who don't have anything
We
nice
have
to
some
say
quick
about one
offense
another.
outside the
The
ring.
challenger, Rocky Maivia, and our current champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, Helmsley is our champion for a reason. He's a cut above the rest, a higher class of in-ring competitor. This Rocky Maivia guy should learn his place and respect his betters. Well, that attitude is exactly why Maivia is so eager to go after Helmsley and his title. He wants to prove Helmsley is just a snide and arrogant blowhard who doesn't deserve to be champion.
Only one of these men will leave this ring our Intercontinental Champion. This should be a memorable match.
Hold on, I got to do stuff outside the ring.
Tremendous exuberance, tremendous
Outside the
youth.
ring,
He's
kids.
going to be a star for a long time.
I think Rocky Maivia shows more promise than any other wrestlers I've seen come into WWE. You talk about from the top, through the air, and connects. From up top, right onto the target, outside.
He didn't do that
Is
back
kicking
then.
things into a whole new gear.
And Rocky is delivering solid damage, but needs to remember to get Helmsley in the ring. The title can't be won outside of the squared circle. Cobra clutch.
The Cobra clutch is in. Got this one locked. In trouble here.
Two heavy combos
Couple of
now.
elbows to the jaw, and that'll break
Let
things
me get
up.
up.
A narrow escape.
And watching from home is Rocky Johnson, the father of Rocky Maivia, former WWE Tag Team Champion.
I must admit, I do see a bright future for Maivia. Those that have been privileged enough to see Rocky Johnson in action will appreciate Rocky Maivia.
Heavy combos.
He's a chip off the old block. Notwithstanding as well, the genes of his grandfather.
Get up, get up.
Peter Maivia. Chief Maivia. Oh boy, they don't come any tougher than Peter Maivia.
Yeah, I'm gonna not do this one.
Maivia keeps bringing the energy, and Helmsley has no answer. And a big right hand.
Take to the sky.
Perched up top, crash landing.
Ah, I missed.
Deeper into this match now, and I think it's Helmsley who's reaching.
I'm mad because I fell on the objective.
Can't quite
That's
put
right,
Rocky
though.
Maivia away. A testament to the never-say-die attitude of this young superstar.
And he gets it from his dad. He gets it from his grandfather. Maivia knows nothing less than to give it his all. And give credit where it's due. Rocky Maivia is leaving nothing in the ring in pursuit of the Intercontinental Championship.
Stiff shot to the abdomen.
Love you, Jabroni.
Oh, whipping double axe handle.
Headed out of the ring, but the count is looming. Maivia way up high.
Slowly moving. I'm sure he can feel the target on his back here. From the top, double axe handle connects.
Alright, now reverse or break to stop his attack and distract.
Perfectly.
Oh,
I
get
don't
up.
think Helmsley had that scouted at all.
Get up, bitch. You just always attack me, please.
I think Hunter Hearst Helmsley has been trying to frustrate Rocky. He's tried to say, hey, young fella, we're going to do things at my pace, not yours. Rocky, the 6'5", around 270 pound stud.
Come on, Trips, get your ass in the ring.
Cool.
Lazy.
Don't take any unnecessary chances against a cagey competitor. The cap down around to the schoolboy, shoulders are down, and quick getting the arm up. He is still very much in this. Ooh, one step ahead there.
Crossing in the corner of Irish whip.
This challenger has plenty of power.
Irish whip time. Oh, miss.
Hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
I do miss the live action stuff that they did in the last couple games.
Helmsley up to the top turnbuckle and a big right hand. Helmsley with something big in mind here for his challenger tonight.
Oh, you want to slap me, Giovanni?
Well, this is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion. Almost daring Rocky. Hey, you really want my title? You really think you're going to be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top. Hooking Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook to the leg and a cover. And Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia.
The flame of Rocky Maivia.
What else do I have in my arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
Maivia just collapsed. This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup. I think Maivia's done. Official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on Rocky. Hunter Hearst Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Lifting him back up again. Rocky rolls through. Shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
Rocky Maivia has shocked.
See, that's the first heelish thing he did.
And the new Intercontinental Champion, Rocky Maivia.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
I'm mad because I missed that one. That's fine. I'll go complete it on my own time.
In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper.
A blue chipper.
There wouldn't be a final boss. There wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter
Maivia.
You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated
This is super interesting with the story.
who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High
And
Chief
the leg
Peter
tattoos.
Maivia was a
Tattoos on the
blend
hips.
of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you
That's cool.
the
You actually get
opportunity
to play as
to
him.
walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary
Georgie.
WWE rivals, George the Animal.
When George was the heel.
You will settle this score once and forever and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steel is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do
Yeah, he was actually a principal at a high school.
High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Yes, my wise man. Day one Raw. Okay. Georgiano Steel.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is
If you didn't watch wrestling in the 80s, he was, like you said, one of the original wild men. He would eat the turnbuckles. Oh, a steel cage match, okay.
from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steel.
He eats the turnbuckles. Here's just a wild man.
Can contain this man.
Let's see High Chief Peter Maivia's entrance. I do like they're not overbearing with like the graphics and shit for the Titantron.
Matchup.
He looks clean.
From the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, High Chief Peter
It's crazy like seeing this with like Dexter Lumis outfits
is a
and
true brawler. Few men can handle the chaos of the animal.
Cody Rhodes outfits out there.
But I believe the High Chief is ready.
Got twins right there.
Maivia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steel. We'll see which prevails tonight.
Brand new Ulafala. But a cage like expanded when I got down there.
Match underway. Peter Maivia
I'll
versus
check.
George the Animal Steel. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George Steel have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steel is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more.
Get off my head, Steel.
You said it, Corey. Let's just hope this one gets taken care of in the ring tonight. Peter Maivia, very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows? Maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime.
Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal.
Joint hold. Oh, of course you did. They strike the grapple combo.
Ouch. Ooh, and he stops that offense.
Nice takedown, stacked for the pin.
Countered into a new cover. He's got something else in mind, I guess. George Animal Steel is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the Animal.
But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief Peter Maivia. When you consider that Maivia is
I don't care about climbing the cage. I want to.
also an excellent high flyer and a great technique. Look out! Oh my goodness!
Maivia
That was a dope ass elbow.
Yeah, and Maivia has really figured the Animal out here.
We've seen that Steel isn't above using a foreign object to gain the edge against Maivia. So he's got to have the advantage in a match where they're surrounded by one huge weapon, right?
Well, you'd think that, Cole, but think about how these... You know what they say?
Going off the top rope, baby.
What do they say, Corey?
What goes up must come crashing down.
Superplex! Man, it's going to take a
Torturing the Animal.
willpower to keep going after being taken down like that.
Delivers the
I love George Animal Steel when I was a kid.
The Animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the Animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steel to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia is prepared, all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon.
Oh, not to the belly!
Momentum
Yeah, to
is
the
all
belly,
with Maivia
Byron.
now.
And you can see Steel is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief.
Oh, an overhand chop.
I bust him open. Nah, I want to.
Uh-oh.
And that
Oh.
Maivia back. Gentlemen, we've double leg takedown. Gonna stack them up here. Look at
Pin.
able to turn it into a cover of their own. Pushes through after two.
Couldn't quite slam the door yet. Boom, running FTO plants him.
Nicely done.
He's getting overrun by this onslaught of attacks.
And I don't see Peter Maivia slowing down anytime soon.
What's his finisher?
There it is.
I don't know. I'm about it.
Crucial turnaround there because George was falling behind.
I don't throw my fingers.
He's got a
Ah!
new sense of purpose now.
Just speaks to the animosity at play here, I guess. Ready to fight like an animal.
Tagged with a punch.
Batten down the hatches. These two are loaded.
He's got some bruises on his face.
Slugging away with everything they've got. Two titans trading strikes and refusing to back down.
Toe-to-toe, treating each other like heavy bags.
Well, the unorthodox style of George Steele is certainly working well at this juncture.
Let's see if Maivia has an answer for the Animal.
Big Samoan drop.
Just dominated the Animal with that one. Maivia has Steele in his sights, looking to put the Animal. We're about to see.
Ooh, I might have just broken something. No way Steele's coming back.
When
from
your
that.
opponent opportunity hit Steel with your signature Samoan drop. Oh, I gotta use my shit back up again.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the Animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steele often has trouble finding opponents due to
He
his
finally busted him open.
But when it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove
That's him
he's
open.
worthy of that name. Peter Maivia will take on any competitor, no matter the difficulty.
Peter Maivia is looking unstoppable now.
Can Steele recover from this adversity? That scary look in his eyes, fixated on the opposition.
Overhand chop.
Right to the leg. Ah, heel hook.
Look at this.
Hurt him.
That's so painful.
Stretch him.
It's hard to watch, too.
George Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steele's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly or how to read a rule book. So
Yeah, I'm
he's gotta
choking.
be happy to be in this cage.
Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the Animal will throw at him, even inside a cage.
They're going to use the cage as a weapon. Oh! Momentum is all with Maivia now.
Maivia is reaching that other level. Absolutely stunned from that attack to the head.
Yeah, all out of sorts now.
Dribbling the opponent's head like
we almost got his,
Some folks call Peter Maivia the
special
Flying Hawaiian. And the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how does he earn the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anoa'i family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can
boom! Hit him with the throwing drop.
for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body. Oh, and soon we could be seeing a submission here.
The stump puller.
Try tapping out.
And the High
We got
Chief
him.
defeats the animal.
We got the High Chief, a big win.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's a victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew.
My Faction
that the High
Sapphire
Chief
Showcase
is one
Award.
tough Samoan.
And we got our match awards. We got everything in that one. Alright, we'll do one more match here.
She's not like most girls.
Sorry for a little jump in the
Also
thing.
not like most WWE
My recording crashed, so I had to go back into it.
The reigning queen of the ring is a reckoning, a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock, Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Well, our next pick, Nia Jax.
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 draft lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring.
Nia Jax looking to eliminate. She does.
She's battled standouts
They
like
blocked that
Charlotte
Mustafa Ali's
Flair
face.
and Becky Lynch. And all the while, she has left undeniable destruction in her wake. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the Banzai Drop, known as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entering into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the finals, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the
Yeah, that was one of the nastiest annihilators in the world.
her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline
'Cause
history. Make
Lyra,
suffer. Make
Lyra's ribs.
entering your ring. Showcase face the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
God, you can cut such a good promo with skipping these. Got the purple up bar again.
And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got a caught though.
I didn't even realize there was a fucking thing at the beginning.
Trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible
You
force.
know how my matches start.
Having no luck at the moment.
I'm not sure this is going to work either.
Jax just entirely too strong, but whoa!
That was interesting.
Oh, nice athleticism by Valkyria. Even Jax might be a little impressed.
I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax.
Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia
Jax
Jax in control, and she's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody home, set outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity. Right now for Lyra Valkyria to strike. Lyra may actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring.
Nia Jax, Lyra Valkyria facing off in the finals of the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament. Who will take home the crown? Forced to the outside. Not a good predicament to be in.
Now bringing her fury to ringside. Nia with the fireman's carry.
Front slam.
How nasty.
Lyra Valkyria, one of the best technical wrestlers in NXT Women's Division history.
But the game is about so much more than technique. It's about experience and timing, knowing when
Sure,
to tap into
Lyra.
certain parts of your psyche.
I
Nia
love
knows
Lyra
this, and
Valkyria.
we've seen it for
She's
years.
such a good wrestler.
The big question is, does Lyra?
She throws her back in.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to do to you.
Nia doing exactly what she set out to do, keeping Valkyria grounded.
Now Jax needs to stay the course, and the crown will be hers.
Oh, vicious headbutt.
Corey, what do you think is going to be the key in this match for Nia Jax? She certainly made plenty of promises when it comes to being Queen of the Ring.
What Nia brings to the dance, Cole, is raw power, the likes of which you rarely see from most men, let alone women.
Ah, shit. Her
Nia has
everything face
absolutely
too.
no problem using that power, and the same goes for her throwing her weight around in the ring. Lyra Valkyria might just learn that the hard way tonight.
Placing her in the corner.
Oh, man.
Confidence is always
That
a
ain't
key
what I
for
wanted.
Nia Jax. She comes into every match thinking she hasn't won.
But when you have this business in your blood like Nia does, that confidence is genetic.
But ever since the irresistible force
Oh,
returned
I'm
to
gonna
WWE 8
fucking
months ago,
murder you.
her confidence has been on another level.
I
And
make
she's
her stuff
gaining
with
even more
heroes like
confidence as
Shaven
this match
before.
progresses. Jax may just be unstoppable now.
Like I put it in the trio row.
Golly, Nia is just cornering Valkyria. Jax abusing Lyra, showing no mercy.
Damn.
I think it's a preview of what kind of queen Nia Jax would be.
The kind of queen that will happily send victims to the guillotine. Stuck in the tree of woe and just having their face stomped.
Fucked up.
In just a matter of
Two of your
minutes, we'll
Samoan
have our
drops.
second Queen of the Ring. The first, of course, being Zelina Vega.
But you've got to believe that Zelina will want a shot at whichever woman wins this. She beat
That's
the woman
one.
now known as Piper Niven that night, so you know Queen Zelina can strike down an enemy of any size.
Nia looking to end this thing. Samoa drop.
It's dominating.
Is brought to a disadvantage now.
And the irresistible force is really keeping Valkyria grounded here. Valkyria crushed in the corner by Jax.
Squashing Lyra in the corner, in the beginning of the end may be near.
Yeah, I think this is the end right here.
And Nia now.
It's a nasty fucking
Lyra
annihilator.
gonna climb up to the second rope.
But she climbs down and tries to power bomb.
Situation for Lyra. Oh, look at this. Maybe not.
No way. There's no way.
Oh, my.
Dead.
Oh, no. Good night, Annihilator.
Here is your winner and the new Queen of the Ring, Nia
Dead.
Jax.
What a victory to the brand new Queen of the
You
Ring.
got bald ass Triple H.
Nia said she would do it. And she backed up her claims.
And now the Chief Content Officer of WWE and Triple H going to come in to congratulate Nia Jax, officially crown her the Queen of the Ring.
Absolute dominance by the new Queen.
You know, we'll do one more match.
I'm sure you will agree with your wise man. Many WWE superstars say they will do whatever it takes in order to achieve success. Quite often, it's a bunch of BS. But if you're lucky, you may run into someone who is willing to look out for the group. Someone willing to make sacrifices. And for this family, there was no one
Big
better
Quiche.
than Rikishi. After the Head Shrinkers run in WWE came to an end, Rikishi, then known as Fatu, would go on a journey of self-discovery. This journey would lead to him taking on the name Rikishi, a subtle nod to his cousin Yokozuna, as well as an opportunity to start fresh with a global audience.
Well, my dad, when he became the Rikishi character, when you think about Samoan wrestlers, right, or mean, or aggressive, he made it like his own flavor, right? He had the blonde hair, still carried.
I like the way Solo talks when he's not in character.
Like a little flavor to it, but it became even more popular to our culture.
Rikishi blitzed WWE from the jump, devastating opponents with new tricks and winning people over with his fat-ass dance moves.
That Rikishi is fat, all right. P-H-A-T.
And with this wave of newfound momentum came even more success, with Rikishi capturing the WWE Intercontinental Championship and displaying incredible athleticism and iconic moments like when he dove off the top of the steel cage.
Now Venus died.
The year 2000 belonged to Rikishi. But little did anyone know, Rikishi held a dark secret regarding a decision
I did it for The Rock.
made not for his own benefit.
I did it
but for the benefit
for
of
the people.
family. It was at the 1999 Survivor Series that Stone Cold Steve Austin was hit by a car in the arena parking lot, forcing him from the main event later that night for the WWE Championship. For nearly a year, all of WWE was consumed with figuring out who was driving that damn car and why Austin was targeted in the first place. The verdict came in. The car was driven by Rikishi. Rikishi would stand strong.
I'm a bad man.
Austin, I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock.
What?
Rikishi would lay out a years-long gripe that WWE preferred Steve Austin to The Rock, and so Rikishi had made sure that The Rock's only competition had been removed from the picture. Rikishi sacrificed his own popularity to reach this goal. The Rock thrived while Austin was on the shelf. For Rikishi, the struggle and fall was all worth it. Rikishi knew that he would eventually have to face off with the Texas Rattlesnake to answer for his sins. and he welcomed that meeting with open arms. What Rikishi was unprepared for was for WWE to stack the deck entirely, looking to make Rikishi pay for taking out their golden goose. Stone Cold Steve Austin was allowed to drive his truck directly to the ring and was generally given the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted in the name of revenge. We are going to make things right. This time, when Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin lock horns, there will be no stacking of the deck. Someone willing to give of himself so that his family, this family, can succeed, deserves better. So get in there and showcase the never say die spirit that has led this family to victory time and time and time and time.
God, he's so good.
And time again. Use whatever weapon you can get your hands on and prove to Stone Cold Steve Austin that you will do anything for the people.
He's so fucking good. We're gonna skip the scenes. Cause I'm a bad man.
Is he here?
Well, there's the Rattlesnakes music.
He's here. Austin's here.
Let's beat Stone Cold's ass.
We now know the sick, demented side of Rikishi. Rikishi almost cost Austin his life and said he's here tonight to finish the job. Listen, Rikishi has seen members of his family be skipped over while other superstars skyrocketed to unimaginable heights. Rikishi feels it's The Rock's time, not Austin's.
It's been a month of stunning revelations, all leading to the in-ring return of Stone Cold.
Boom, running STO plants him. Nicely done.
And looking at my monitor, it just makes me sick to my stomach watching Rikishi. This is a man who has no remorse and feels justified for running Austin down like a dog.
Look, to be devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's proud of his Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the shark tank that is WWE.
Oh, are you serious, Corey? Rikishi ran over another human being. We're fortunate that only put Austin on the show for 10 months instead of his whole life. It's sick that you didn't even condone what Rikishi did.
Don't twist my words, Saxton. I'm not saying I condone Rikishi's actions. I'm just saying I understand them. My goodness!
And then look at that!
What the hell is that all about, Cole?
A steel chair into play here.
We've talked so much about motives leading into this match. In my view, Rikishis are delusional. His family have been given equal opportunities, and they all took full advantage of them.
Yeah, my blood boils at the propaganda Rikishi's been selling.
But I'll tell you about the most important motive in this story, and that is payback for Stone Cold. Austin nearly had his life taken from him, and there is no greater reason to stomp the tar out of somebody than that.
Oh, there's no greater reason than that, Byron? How about I did it for The Rock? I did it for the people.
That was a hell of a maneuver there, guys. Pulverizing the arm is a great way to create an advantage. Basically forcing your opponent to fight one-handed.
Oh, man, meeting the barricade.
Fucking stairs.
Ouch. And Byron, I just cannot see any legitimate reason to run over Stone Cold like Rikishi
Hit him with a big, heavy object.
I mean, Austin does ruffle the feathers of a lot of people, Michael, but I don't think
my bad.
his rivals would go to the
I do it out here.
disgusting lengths that Rikishi's gone to.
A big, heavy combo.
Just
Get your ass back out the ring, boy.
He's headed out to the ringside area.
Oh, boy, I think we know what he has in store next. Austin and Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the Rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
You got to think about how
What?
bad Austin has wanted this ever since
What?
Survivor Series last year.
I'll kick you in that car, you fat fuck.
On Rikishi. All of that venom, all of the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now. Remember, this is no holds barred. Anything goes.
I guess I gotta take those steps off, huh?
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. All that he wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth sliding into the ring now. Austin reminding him that Stone Cold is not someone to take lightly. And Rikishi lately has been calling himself a visionary, a pioneer, all a bunch of garbage if you ask me.
Well, those aren't self-imposed labels, Cole. Those labels are coming from the family, coming from a group of wrestling legends who are proud of Rikishi for standing up and making a change in this business.
I have a few labels for Rikishi. Coward, liar, embarrassment.
No signs of either combatant backing down. Rikishi feeling the pride of his
hands are heavy, Steve.
every ounce of damage he delivers to Stone Cold. Bam! Both absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up. And Rikishi channeling his energy here.
Oh, it gets put into the barricade. There's been a lot of vitriol coming from fans towards Rikishi these past few weeks. And this Albany crowd is continuing that pattern of disdain.
You think Rikishi cares about the fans, though? No, not at all. He truly believes he's done something for his family, for his people. His family's respect is the only respect he's desperate for. And Rikishi enjoying how he's worn down the rattlesnake throughout this match.
And I bet The Rock is smiling about it, too.
Oh, stop that nonsense, Corey.
He's in a bad place. This is where it could all end for him. Oh, my right! And some attitude behind it.
Then go with his front heavy attack to show you're a bad man.
And he tosses him back in now, clearly hoping something nefarious is beneath the ring.
He's about to bring new meaning to the term hockey fight. Rikishi hoisting up his opponent.
Rikishi driver.
And Austin is out.
Here's Austin sent hard to the outside.
He wants this fight on the outside.
Oh, right into our announce table.
Saxton, you stay here and hold down the fort.
Oh, no, they're coming this way.
Oh, God.
Anything Austin is trying is being suppressed.
Rikishi with an onslaught here against Austin. Dare I say, Stone Cold could be in trouble.
And we know how despicable Rikishi has been, but to throw vinegar...
I did it twice, I didn't need a fucking win.
Rikishi
Let me see something real quick. Bring Austin to his friends over to the announce table and hit him with a front heavy attack to show you a bad man. XR.
and destroys Austin's truck with a sledgehammer.
Oh, hell.
Oh. I thought I had to smack his head into the table.
slows Austin down with a thunderous right.
It's on me. I didn't read it.
Austin's in trouble. And now steel chair. Oh, and Austin, he just averted disaster there.
And now Austin gonna deliver the punishment with the steel chair.
That chair is hollow, Steve.
A relentless Texas rattlesnake beating the brakes off of Rikishi with a steel chair.
And again, thunderous blows by Austin. Down goes Rikishi. Austin beating the hell out of him.
I know Austin has good reason to be doing all this, but he could be taking it too far at this point.
I don't think the rattlesnake has taken it far enough, Corey. Austin wants to put Rikishi's life in danger, just like Rikishi did to him.
Make things right, just keep Stone Cold. Get outside, hit him with a powerful finisher. Got you. Keesh, get up, dude.
Might be going high risk here. And now he gets back into the ring.
Rikishi driver. Rikishi may have put the exclamation on this one.
There's two, and a kick out.
Austin somehow
All right,
got the
Steve, you
shoulder
want some more?
up. Intestinal fortitude on display from Stone Cold.
And you can sense the desperation mounting as that last move couldn't finish things. Moves from the ring to the outside.
And of course, kendo sticks are always under the ring in the event of any rogue ninja attacks.
All right, Steve.
Any one of these attacks could cause irreparable damage, but I don't think you can come back from this many. Oh, whipped right into the post.
Get your ass in the ring, Steve.
Climbing to the top. What's he have in store?
Oh, look out.
Lands the splash. Now Rikishi has the firm upper hand.
No one holding Rikishi's family down now, taking out all those years of frustration on Austin here. Austin is going to look to press on the advantage.
He's able to stop that onrush. Now looking to capitalize.
That is hard to watch.
Stone Cold was experiencing the
Is that Rikishi driver again?
Rikishi hoisting up his opponent.
Rikishi driver. It's over. You can't survive that again.
Two. Rikishi somehow defangs the rattlesnake. Damn it. This is not what many of us expected to see. We wanted to see retribution, but Rikishi was too much of a monster for Stone Cold tonight.
The vitriol that consumed Rikishi powered him to finish the job and leave a battered Austin in his rearview mirror.
I'm a bad man. I did it for the people. Stone Cold, no mercy, brutality with Rikishi. Alright. Please like, comment, and subscribing that bell so you know more simple black drops. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.